he got told, well, I have a doctorate in divinity. Told to this going guy said that to my dad, and he goes, I have a doctorate in divinity. I know how to run a church. And my dad just stood there and looked at him like, and your point is? And he was like, well, I know how to run a church. My dad said, really? He looks right over at me and says, you know, that kid right there, he's less than 30 years old. He didn't go through one Bible college in his life. And I guarantee he could run a church 10 times better than you. Do you know why? He goes, why? My dad said, because he has had experience. You haven't had experience. You've only had classroom experience versus real life experience. My experiences in my life have led me up to this point. So therefore, God has to reassure me that he is willing and able to deliver me from anything and everything that comes my way.
But he put you in this situation in the first place. I just don't understand why you accept that.
I accept it because he accepted my sins on a cross.
No, you didn't know about you. Number one, number two. There's a big consensus that he's fairly mythical. You know, just
well,
like
first
Horus
off,
and the other sort of.
Sid, first off, you have one problem. First off, your first problem is, according to what the Bible states, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Christian per se. I'm more of a independent fundamentalist, as I always have stood. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a. Basically, in the Bible, it states that he knew me before I was even knitted in my mother's womb. He knew everything before it even came into existence. So you can't say he didn't know me.
Who's he you're referring to exactly here?
God the Father.
So you're not a Christian. You're just a believing God. That's it.
I'm a believer. I believe that Christ died on the cross for my sins and rose from the grave 3 days later for the remission of my sins.
Okay. It just seems like it's sort of the least logical thing and the least rational thing that somebody's come up with, and you're sort of buying right into it.
Well, that's kind of like saying if a guy walks up to you with two boxes in each hand and says, well, underneath one of these boxes are keys to a brand new Mercedes-Benz 2018, and underneath the other one you have a rag to a donkey. Which one do you pick? You don't know which one you're picking, but the problem is whenever you have God will direct you to which one he thinks you should have long term.
God is just your imaginary. He's just in your imagination when it comes to at the end of the day.
If God's an imagination, then apparently my God has a really bad imagination, because obviously I've been through so much, and I've learned a lot more than most people.
Well, if your God,
hold on, Sid, I'm all but done. I'm not trying to sound like I know everything, because I definitely don't know everything. But I can say I've been through a very large sum in my life enough to figure out that there is such thing as a God, or else I wouldn't be standing where I'm standing right this moment.
But you can't really substantiate them with anything like concrete, right? Empirical.
Well, let me ask you, Sid, can you ever get into a car accident going 83 miles per hour, going from 83 to 0 in less than 3 seconds, doing 2 360s, landing on a guardrail, jumping out of the car, running over, seeing if the other guy's all right without even having a concussion? Probably. Well, how about this? When you do that, then you can come back and tell me there's no such thing as a God. Then I might actually listen to you a little more. Until then, I've had that done because I did that.
Okay, so this information that you have about the God, this God that you say exists, where did you get it from? The Gospels specifically?
The God that I believe in?
Yeah.
Are you trying to ask me if I specifically got it from the scriptures?
From the Gospels specifically, not the scriptures, the Gospels.
No. I realize that there has to be a creator for something to be created, and I looked around and saw there was a creation.
All right.
At the age of 5, I was like, wow. Whenever I build a toy house, there was a builder, which is me, and I look around and see the toys and see
there's
everything
your
around. I'm
problem.
like, wow.
There's your problem. That's the problem right there. You see, you done it at 5 years old. You did it all wrong. Okay, you didn't have guidance from smart adults. So that's where your problem started. That's where it all started.
Well, okay,
5 years
you
old.
just made a wide assertion there, bud.
When I looked around, I saw trees, therefore God. Right? That was a false assumption at the age of 5 years old. And that's what led you down the garden path to believing in nonsense.
Yeah,
okay?
let's talk about the Gospels.
Bulldog, you just asserted that I didn't.
No, I didn't. No, because everybody knows that 5-year-olds they can't read, can't write, and you got
my brother could actually read and write at the age of 5 and 4.
No, that's an assertion. No.
That's not an assertion. That's a fact.
No, it's not a fact because you can't demonstrate it. Okay?
Both of my brothers have been on Google Plus. Go look up my brother's channel. He was on G-Man channel like 2 years ago.
Got to do with proving God? That's just another false accusation.
No, because you made another assertion.
My 25 brothers,
you keep making assertions and you can't prove it.
That's just talking fucking out of your ass at the moment, right? You got to stop doing
anything
that.
I say that. Bulldog, anything I say you don't agree with, you're just going to say I'm talking about my
because
butt.
you're talking nonsense, right? I'm not going to agree. If you're going to say 2 plus 2
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm not going to agree with any fucking nonsense.
I'm not going to sit here and talk to a gentleman in which anything I say that he doesn't agree with, he's just going to tell me I'm talking about my butt.
Well, can we discuss the timeline?
Your God exists. Now, don't come on here and start spouting nonsense, right? And we've got to swallow it, okay? There's not a chance in the world I'm going to swallow your nonsense, okay?
Yeah, but we can prove it right away.
Prove that God exists, right? All right? Put up or shut up. That is my motto.
Okay, well, we can hold on a minute. Let me step in here. If you look at the graphic, it shows the relative and chronological sequence. So Jesus is born, Jesus dies. 40 years after Jesus dies, Mark comes up with a gospel. There's a gospel called Mark. 20 years later, 60 years after Jesus dies, then Matthew is written. 10 years after that, so that's 70 years after Jesus dies, Luke is written. And then 10 years later, which is 80 years after Jesus dies, John is written. So you can't rely on the Gospels for anything credible about Jesus, because that's, you can tell 40 years after he dies is the first one that was written. There's just no way. So you can only rely on the epistles and everything but the Gospel. So when your faith in Jesus is when you're talking about your faith in Jesus, I would like you to refer to the epistles specifically because those seem more contemporary. Is that okay?
Because first off, I can tell you, if you actually look in the Old Testament, you can see multiple points in which where the gospel's actually going to be mentioned.
Well, specifically, they might be mentioned, but the fact is that you can tell that Mark was written 40 years after Jesus died, which is and that's the first one. And that's the first one. Okay, so excuse me.
I'm not denying that.
Exactly. So let's agree to not use the Gospels as a credible source of information about Jesus.
However, I cannot agree with that, because that would be kind of like me taking you and telling you can't breathe, and yet I want you to live for the next 10 years.
How's that
in reality?
How's that analogous?
Without having Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you're pretty much just doing away with the whole entire first premises of the New Testament.
Exactly.
What are you trying to
which
take out now?
Which exposes
Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, and
which exposes the hoax. right there.
No, because
Yes.
you can go back to Genesis and you can go
Forget
back to
about
Leviticus,
Genesis.
Numbers,
Talk about
Deuteronomy, Joshua,
Christianity.
Judges, Ruth,
Genesis,
First
we
and
got
Second
it all
Samuel,
wrong.
First and
So
Second
you
Kings,
talk about the Genesis
Ezra,
with the wrong
Nehemiah,
science. Is that
Job,
the one
Psalms,
we go
Proverbs,
with?
Ecclesiastes, Psalms,
Yeah.
Solomon, Isaiah, Lamentations,
Yeah,
Ezekiel. Come
Genesis,
on, I
we
mean,
got it all wrong. Yeah, we don't. We can,
first off, Genesis,
we'll prove
you
the
can't
scientific
prove,
evidence that it's got
you
it
can't
all
prove
wrong.
nor disprove Genesis. So I
No,
don't know what you're talking about.
we can disprove it scientifically, and you don't like it, so
Uh-huh.
therefore, yeah,
That's
yes,
why
we
you
can.
have
I'm
yet
sorry.
ever, as
I'm
an
real
atheist, you
sorry
have
about
ever
that.
yet to
You're arguing with me,
disprove
talking
and
over me
debunk
does
Kent
not prove
Hovind.
you're
Talking over
not,
each other.
okay? So be a good little boy and you listen to the scientific method, okay? All right.
Well,
so
if you're okay,
when Genesis
Bulldog,
made fucking man out of the
Bulldog.
earth is made out of silicon, right? And humans are made out of carbon, right? So straight off the bat, the first
not
few
really.
paragraphs in the
You
Bible,
don't
they
actually
got
do
it
your research.
scientifically wrong. That's it. Don't talk over me. You were warned. Do
How can I
not
talk
talk
over you?
over me.
You've
Okay,
been
you're a
talking all
rude
over the time.
individual with no brain. You come on here fucking sulking your fucking eyes out about how fucking life's been fucking treating you, right? Tough titties. Get a fucking job and get back to work. All right? And don't talk over people who are fucking intellectually and smarter than you. Okay? So don't come in here with your fucking nonsense bullshit fucking God story. Okay? You know it's fucking bullshit. Get over it.
That's not very hospitable of you there, Bulldog.
No, it's fucking
Not
not.
very
It's not
empathetic.
very hospitable when I'm trying to tell him that the fucking Bible got it scientifically all wrong, and he's trying to talk over me like a fucking smart-ass, foul-mouthed fucking idiot. All right, I've had enough of fucking
All
people
right,
like fucking
okay.
Tomato and this guy as well.
All right, well, you got it out. Now let's move on. Move along, everybody. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Other than this little problem we have with the Gospels. According to my friend Admin, without the Gospels, there is no Christianity.
That's not what I said.
You said the first premise of Christianity is invalid.
I said you're defeating the whole premise of the beginning of the New Testament. I
Fair
didn't
enough,
say you're
fair
defeating
enough.
the whole premises
Exactly.
of the religion of Christianity.
Yes, that's the point.
And can I state
That
one
is the
thing
point
without
of what I'm
being-
doing. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hold on, Sid. Do you mind if I say one thing?
No.
Without getting a whole bunch of conjecture in with this? Sydney, I'm asking your permission since this is, after all, your hangout.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, without also trying to be cut off, first off, I don't act as though I know all the answers, Bulldog. Second off, I love it whenever people tell me I don't have a brain. Yeah, I can have a coherent conversation with an atheist and know multiple different atheists and have no problems with them. Third, I'm not saying as though I have any problems with talking to people. And no, I'm not trying to overpower you, Bulldog. You have a way of being a Sean Hannity, if anybody. You like talking and don't like people interrupting you. If you actually
You
paid
don't like
some
people
common
correcting
courtesy, then you might get somewhere. If
I'm not
somebody
gonna
wants
get
to
anywhere
interrupt,
with
you might as
you.
well just
I'm right
let them
back.
finish. It's so simple. If you just let them finish and be short-winded, you might be amazing how many friends you might collect.
I don't need
ahead,
friends. I
Sydney,
need
and
more
talk
enemies,
again.
okay?
Well,
Okay, well, you don't
it's
need
all
to
very
have
well.
friends,
Fucking go
okay?
on fucking dumbass fucking diatribe with me.
That's all very well. It's all very well.
Hold on,
night, Amy.
I've been on Google Plus for far too long to be talked to.
All right, yeah,
Such
you're
a
the first person,
stupid
okay?
idiot
You're
on
the first
speaking
person, no
Google
problem.
Plus.
Yep.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
all very
far
well.
too
It's all
long.
very well the two of you going at it, but
Sydney,
the fact
let me
is,
ask you a
the fact is
question,
that
Sydney.
the Gospels are not
Sydney.
credible. You've admitted it that the Gospels were written.
I didn't say they weren't credible.
Yes, for
I
at
just
least
said
40
you
years,
dismissed the
at
whole entire
least,
premises of the New Testament.
at
That's what I
least
said.
40
You keep
years.
trying to
How about
get me to say one
instead?
thing
Hold
and
on,
another.
I'll interject for a second. Give me something more than the Bible that God exists. Don't mention the Bible. Just give me something.
Science itself proves God.
What science would that be?
The word science, what does it mean?
Yeah,
What's the
that was a
definition?
question to
I mean,
you.
I mean, most atheists could figure that one out.
What's he going on about?
Well, I don't know what he's talking
Well,
about.
first off, let me ask you, Sidney. I'm just curious of a random question.
Go ahead.
Can you answer this random question for me?
Sure.
How long have you
Don't
known
know what it
Bulldog
is.
being
Give us
on
the
Google
question, we'll
Plus?
find out.
Hold on. Ask me the question again.
Well, if Bulldog cannot interrupt you while you answer the question, it'll be amazing. How long have you seen and known Bulldog on Google Plus?
2 years? 3 years? I don't know.
That's hilarious because you've known me for about the same amount of time, if not a hair longer.
Why is that hilarious? What's the?
I don't
where's the-
understand. I don't understand the connection. What's the connection?
My connection being that I've been on Google Plus a long time for someone to tell me that I have no brain, quote unquote.
Because I'll tell you why. The Bible has got more holes in it than a second-hand dartboard, right? The one I don't even know why you bother using
And
a
that's
fucking
in your
Bible.
opinion.
No, it's not my opinion.
No, it's a
Right?
fact.
Lots of people's opinions,
You
right? All
can't
smart people.
prove it.
Yes, we can prove it. Okay, all the Mark, Matthew, Luke disagree with each other, and John disagrees.
It's not
with
that
the
they
other fucking
disagree
three
with
guys.
each
You're
other,
interjecting. The person who doesn't like being interjecting is fucking interjecting me.
It's because you're being long-winded.
Yeah, oh, really? So says the fucking long-winded person who goes on his fucking diatribe for 5 minutes and says, "No, don't interrupt me. I want to go and keep fucking talking." Right? And John disagrees with Luke, Matthew, and Mark entirely. And Mark doesn't even
Can I say
have-
something now?
And here's the funny thing: how come Mark doesn't have? He's missing out all a birth narrative and a fucking death narrative, and then Matthew picks up on that fucking part of the story and adds his spiel to it. Luke picks up on Matthew, adds his spiel to it. John looks at those three and says, "Oh, I'm gonna make my own fucking version." Yeah.
Let me know when I can actually comment.
It's fuck all yous cunts. I'm gonna make my own. And yet none of them, the whole four of these fucking numbnuts weren't even around at the time that fucking Jesus was alive. So how could they possibly fucking know?
That's exactly.
Not
Not only were they not around, their parents were little.
Can I answer and ask a couple questions?
Let him answer.
Oh,
Okay, first off, your whole entire last paragraph that they had no idea because they weren't around, you can tell, first off, you may or may not have ever read the New Testament. Because, first off, the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are all from different sceneries, meaning different perspectives of the exact same thing. And how you can get that is because if you actually look at the 12 disciples, what are their names? Do you remember, Bulldog? Before you go shooting your mouth off, I'll answer your question for you. Hold on. I tried to remain calm for you. I tried remaining calm for you.
Let him get his point out, Bulldog.
Now, I tried remaining calm for you. I might have tried
Just
to
carry on.
interrupt
Just
twice,
move on,
saying,
move on.
"Let me know."
Yeah, go.
But
Just get to the point, man.
The disciples were Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Then you had Nicodemus. You had Cyrus. You got multiple different people. So therefore, the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were around when this whole thing took place of Jesus born. Because John was actually at the cross when Jesus died, because Jesus actually left John in charge of watching over Mary, his mother. So you can't say that they weren't all around. That just shot your whole entire perspective out the wazoo. Please say it otherwise.
That is absolutely crazy thinking. Absolutely nutty.
Well, how about
That's
you?
nutty. That's
How
nutty.
about
That's
you?
batshit
How about
fucking
you
crazy.
read? How about you read John?
John was written 40 years after the death of the mythical Jesus, and even then, you know it's fiction. You know it's fiction coming up.
Well, how about you go read John, and then you can tell me whether or not.
Read it. He made up his own bullshit fucking story 40 years after Jesus died.
You don't think he
So
would have
how
written
the
it
fuck
down
do you
when it
know
happened?
what Jesus did if if he wasn't even born when Jesus was alive? Where's
hold on. Are you talking about? Hold on, please.
No, I don't told you to fucking hold on. You hold on. You haven't listened to my diatribe, right? John wasn't even born. So how the fuck could he even tell a fucking story about someone who he never even met? And matter of fact, no one in the Gospels, none of them, we don't even know their real names, number one. And point number two, none of them were around at the time when they were writing this fucking story. So where are you getting, how are these people knowing all so much information? You can't even remember what you did last week, let alone 30 years fucking after the event. You fucking crazy or what?
That's an assertion. I can't remember what happened last week, because I can remember exactly what happened last week.
It's a fact.
And second off, actually, no, it's not. I remember exactly what I was doing. I was turning in applications to get a job. Now, anyway, second off, if you...
On that application, can you repeat word for word what it said?
Yes, it actually asked the question if I was a felon. It actually asked the question of my zip code, my city, my state. It asked my job, recent employment. It asked for references. Typical things on an application, and I can actually name off places if you want me to. Now, anyway, if I can actually continue on my thought that you just so happen to try to persuade out of my mind.
Your voice is fucking irritating me, man.
Anyway, so basically, you have one little bit of a problem because when Jesus was born, can I finish?
Yeah.
Why are you always so calm?
Why am I always
Show
so
some
calm?
fucking passion.
Because Jesus is a myth.
No, I choose to be kind because
You're
I was
trying to
never
act all
being
calm to
kind
make...
to.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'll believe my story about fucking
You're
nonsense.
so kind you can't get a fucking job, so carry on and get to the fucking point.
Well, first off, I would if people stopped interrupting. That's what happens whenever
Well, fucking
a
hurry up,
theist
then.
happens to enter a room that has a couple atheists in it. No offense, Sid.
And don't forget the moron who's talking.
Well, at least he believes in something.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have to believe in something.
Oh, can I go on a fucking diatribe and tell you the fucking the mythical god?
You already did.
Thor, and then I'll tell you all the story and I'll drag it out and make it so long.
Okay, now can I get back to my thought now?
Take your time to hurry up about it.
Yeah, well, that's a paradox. But anyway, basically, if you remember correctly, it states in the Bible to where John was actually baptized by, Jesus was baptized by John. Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that funny how they weren't even alive? How did that happen?
Oh, wait, that's right. That's why they called him John the Baptist, in which he said, the one that comes after me, I'm not worthy to unlatch his shoes. Interesting.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So you might as well talk about fucking Mary. You might as well talk about something else which doesn't even go all we're talking about with the fucking Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John story. You've gone on to fucking John the Baptist. Stick to the fucking point.
You know, John the Baptist was actually in the Gospels,
I
right?
don't want to hear about fucking John the fucking Baptist. How come he got his fucking head lopped off? Fucking that's the last time he fucking want to baptize anybody.
The reason why he got his head chopped off is because he was standing up for
You don't want to
Christ.
be fucking going around baptizing fucking Jesus because you'll fucking lose your fucking head.
You know, I'm finding this very interesting, Sid. I haven't seen you in about 8 months, and yet, whenever I enter a room, I happen to have somebody that's trying to challenge my faith, which is not really working because I've been through this ring who knows how
Well,
many times.
your faith really should be challenged, but not by him or me, but by you, by yourself.
I'm not getting my faith challenged by Bulldog or anybody else in the room.
No, what I'm saying is you should.
Which I've already encountered
You
like
should take
5
the high.
million
You should
times
take the
over
high
once.
road.
I just can't get a thought out because Bulldog won't let me actually get a thought out.
Well, he knows what you're gonna say. I mean, there's nothing new you can come up with, right? If you're defending mythical and myths and folklore, then there's really nothing new you can come up with, because myths and folklore are pretty much, they're pretty much finite.
And that's your perspective, which I understand.
I don't understand yours.
That means, from the way you look at it, that's the way you believe, which I don't have a problem with the way you believe.
I don't believe anything.
I choose to believe something different. You cannot.
I don't
You
believe
can't
anything.
tell me what I should or should not believe.
Oh, maybe, but
because
you can't.
I make my own belief system
I
based
agree.
upon what I think
I
is
agree.
logical in my perspective.
I agree, but by the same token, you can tell me that I have a belief system when I don't.
I didn't say your belief
Yes,
system
you
is
did. You said
flawed
I believe,
nor
and I don't believe.
anything of
I
the
don't
sort.
believe anything.
I
You
was
said,
meaning
you
that
said,
for
you said,
Bulldog.
Admin, you said, you have your set of beliefs, and I have my set of beliefs. That's what you said. But I do not have a set of beliefs.
I said, he
You
said,
have a set
and
of
you
beliefs.
believe in something, and then I stated that, yeah, well, at least I believe in something. That was not stating the fact that you don't believe in something.
No, you said you have your set of beliefs, and I have my set of beliefs.
Correct?
And that is not true. I do not have a set of beliefs. You have a set of beliefs for
So,
which you have no.
okay. Sydney, let me ask you. So you do not have a belief that the Christianity or the religion of God or Jesus, whatever you want to call it, is not true.
I have knowledge that it is not true.
So therefore, you have your own knowledge, and I have my own belief.
I have universal knowledge that it's not true.
You can say it's universal, but it doesn't make it 100%
that's right.
true.
Universal means everybody knows it. Ask Bulldog, ask Tinder.
Universal in regards of everybody knows it, not really true, because there's more people that believe in a God than that don't believe in a God.
That's no argument at all. That means nothing.
Well, I agree with you.
The argument
you have your. I'm
the
saying
argument
you
of
have your
majority, that
opinion,
means absolutely shit.
just like other people in this room, and I have my opinion, and
Have
you
your
have your
opinion, but base it on
mindset,
something
and I have mine.
rational, please. Come on, we're all adults now. We don't all. You can give up this sort of adult Santa Claus, and
Like I said, you have your perspective, your point of view, the way you look at things, and I have mine. I don't have a problem with somebody talking to me one versus one in a civil discourse. Whenever I get a little heated, that's when I start having a little bit of a problem with people trying to tell me that I'm thinking so stupid and that I don't have a
Yeah,
brain.
we should
That's where
listen
I have
to
a
your fucking
problem.
doctor.
I don't have a doctor for that
Well, I'm
reason.
going to be your fucking doctor. You listen to me, okay?
Well, too bad. I don't need you.
Bad luck. The doctor needs you. You're a fucking patient. You need help.
Well, if I'm a patient, then
Don't worry
apparently
about
I'm
what
not
you
the first one you
want.
have.
I'm going to give you the help that you need, okay?
Well, if I'm your first patient, I don't know how many other ones you're going to need
you're
after you're
one
done
of
with
many
me.
fucking patients I've got, okay? So don't, hey, I've repaired a lot of people. You're just another fucking patient, okay?
You ain't gonna repair me, dude.
Oh, well, yeah, if you reckon you're
I've had my belief. I've had my belief for over 15 years. You're not gonna persuade that one.
Oh, we'll still repair you. Don't worry about that.
Oh, you ain't gonna sway someone like me after 15 years of seeing the stuff I've seen. Anyway, Sid.
Yes.
I am like extremely tired right now.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I came in or wanted to join the hangout was because I wanted to have a civil discourse with people.
Sure.
Not having any problems with anybody, not trying to be yelling at anybody or getting interrupted by anybody. Just
Oh,
civilized
you
talking.
poor thing.
Yeah, but
okay, I'll get a nice fucking
hold on,
cold
Bulldog.
towel and put it over your head.
Admin, when you choose when you choose something mythical to discuss in a non-mythical, from a non-mythical perspective, it becomes very difficult to really stay focused on things that are just bizarre. Like, I don't understand how somebody, a human being with a brain, can actually entertain the concept that a creator, that a Jesus, that anything like that is actually an entity. It's beyond my limited intelligence.
Well,
Can you explain it?
first off, I'll say this.
All right, man.
My belief has been the same for so many years because it's been
Indoctrinated.
it's been tried, it's been tested,
And it's
and it's
failed.
been proven.
No, it's failed
And
on
you can
every.
never-
There's no
Can I
more.
finish?
Hey, the Bible's got more fucking failures than any other book that I know of. Right? It
Sounds like this guy tries to finish a sentence from the incorrect point of view.
Every other book what I know of. That's why I said to you before. It's got more holes in it than a second-hand dartboard. Okay, and you still want to cling on to fucking nonsense, and you can't prove it. If you had any fucking proof, prove it now. And don't start quoting bullshit nonsense out of the Bible. Prove that your God exists, okay? Prove it now.
He just believes it though. He doesn't
Yeah, I
know.
know. Yeah.
He doesn't
Harry
know that
Potter's
God
got-
exists. He just
I
believes
believe in
it.
Harry Potter before I believe
Hold
in
on, Bulldog.
fucking
He doesn't.
other
Bulldog.
nonsense.
He doesn't know that God exists. He believes that God exists.
Oh, we go. Well, therefore, I want proof if he believes it.
But he says it's not something that he knows. It's just something he believes, which is not really acceptable. But
That's a sellout, man.
it's his
That's
excuse.
a fucking sellout.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, cop out. That's what they do. They always when nothing fails like prayer.
They're just like a fucking free man looking for the loopholes to get out of the argument.
And they get all fucking, oh, you're talking over me. Oh, I don't like it, because they like going on these fucking bad fucking nonsense fucking diatribes, talking, and they never address the points. They always talk about fucking something else what fucking is not on topic. Anything to get off topic. And when it comes down to the hard crunch, prove it, they go, oh, read the Bible or look around you. You can't explain this and you can't explain that.
You've got to find it yourself. You've got to feel it within you.
I know.
Bullshit.
It's always a fucking cop-out.
Exactly.
But you know
It's
what?
like you're taking the
Nothing
moral
fails
high
like
ground
prayer.
and you have no right to.
Yeah, and you can't explain fucking how your arms grow, and you can't explain how the fucking eye came about. You can't explain this. So hey, and once you explain it, right, which there's many videos on how the fucking eye came about, then they move on to, you can't explain how your big fucking toe was bigger than all the other ones. You know? You can't explain that, can you? You can't explain why you got 5 fingers opposed to fucking 3. You can't explain it. Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. The
I don't need to know
these
that
guys
crap.
come up with. It's absolutely fucking stupid at the highest level. You can't explain it, therefore fucking God.
I don't need to
And when
explain
they fucking
anything.
explain it, they move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It keeps going on and on and on. It's a never
I don't
ending
need
fucking
to
bullshit
explain it.
nonsense. You can't explain it.
I don't need to explain it. My job is not to explain how things are
Can't explain why
done.
he keeps getting a fucking gas bill because he's changed the meter over. He can't explain that. Yeah, therefore fucking God. You can't explain, but God can do anything. Yeah, anything what's fucking stupid he fucking can do. I know that God can't fucking build a boat, right? But he can build a fucking universe, but he can't build a fucking boat. He got a fucking human to do it. So obviously he's not all powerful. He couldn't build a boat. He had to wait fucking for some old fucking crony to live fucking 300 or 400 years to build a fucking
That's
boat.
a really good point.
And Ken Ham, the biggest fucking dickhead on earth, has proven the boat can't fucking float because he only built half the fucking boat. The other half is made out of fucking concrete holding it all together. 3 big concrete fucking piers at the back of it, and not to mention all the fucking concrete piers underneath it, holding the fucking thing together with steel fucking beams. He spent all that fucking money disproving himself.
Is this true?
Not to mention all the air conditioners he put on the fucking roof, all the fucking lighting. Oh my God, what a failure that was.
This guy obviously hasn't studied the Bible at all.
Oh, yeah, he helped. I'm glad that he spent all that fucking money destroying it because he only built half a fucking boat. Even the engineers said, come on, Ken, you can't build a whole one. Oh, why not? Oh, because it can't withstand its own weight. Oh, but I want it to. You fucking make sure that fucking you build me a fucking boat. I have to prove everyone wrong. Half a fucking boat is the best they came up with. Joker man. Oh yeah. Thank you, Ken Ham, for spending $100 million fucking dollars on a boat that can't fucking float. Not to mention he used all modern day fucking stuff to fucking water fucking seal it. 3M, if I'm not mistaken, 3M on the outside to make it waterproof, so the nasty weather can't get in and make everything all mouldy. But Noah, oh no, his technology was better than 3M's. Of course it fucking was. Where were their mobile fucking and laptops in those days? Yeah, nowhere to be found. What a shame. Oh dear. What a shame. Poor old Noah. Yeah. And where's the boat today? It's up a mountain. Oh, it's there. It's there. It's up the mountain. We just aren't looking hard enough. Yeah, it just happens to be 500 feet fucking long, or 550 to be exact, because we don't want to misquote the Bible, do we? Yeah, but we can't find it because it's too big. That's the problem. It's too big. We can't find it. Yeah. Just like fucking, where's Jesus? Where's the fucking tomb of Jesus? Oh, it's there. You're just not looking hard enough. How about we go into your fucking backyard and mine for fucking oil, and when we drill down fucking 10 kilometres and we say we haven't found any, you just turn around and say, keep drilling, it's there. Keep going. 20 kilometres, keep drilling. We know it's there. Keep drilling. We know those fucking tactics. Right? We've seen it over and over again. Yeah, keep drilling, the oil's there. Fucking hell. Keep looking for the boat. Keep looking. Just happens to be the biggest wooden boat on earth. It's there. You're just not looking in the right place. 550 fucking feet. It's there. You're just not looking on the right part of the mountain, that's all. Yeah, it's there. Yeah, we know those tactics. Yeah. It's there if you want. Close your eyes, put a nice cold towel on your forehead. Just make believe it's there, that's all. Let's play make believe. That's all. Let me tell you a story about Jack and the Beanstalk. All right, now there was a little boy called fucking Jack, right? And he bought these fucking 3 beans, right? And he put the fucking beans in the ground. Now, so far, that's all fucking legitimate. Apart from when the fucking beanstalk kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and fucking way up to the clouds. Which today we've never observed any fucking trees getting anywhere near the fucking clouds. But you know what? You've got to play make-believe. That's all. Play make-believe. There's nothing like a good bedtime story. We love it. And you've got your little Bible with nice little bedtime story. That's all.
You've went quiet, Adman.
Oh yeah, he went fucking quiet. Oh, I know he went quiet because he's having he's called cognitive dissonance, right? He doesn't like it when people
to jump to his defense, you don't give him a chance to talk, and I don't blame him.
Oh yeah, talk nonsense. Fucking
well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He has a right to talk nonsense and finish the sentence at least before he gets handed over.
All right. When I'm ready to go to the fucking toilet, let me know when he wants to fucking arc up, because I've heard it fucking over and over again. It's the same nonsense though.
But the arc doesn't come. The arc story. The ark story doesn't come from the New Testament, though, right? Let's all agree on that.
Hey, I tell you, I like the way it's like, oh, but I've been on the internet a long time. Oh, so fucking what? Who cares? What, did you get a medal when you fucking joined the internet? Is that how it works? It's like, oh, look at me. I joined the internet. I want a medal. Yeah, I love the way they go off fucking topic and start talking about something what's irrelevant to fucking the conversation about.
Every time.
I see the first person to join the internet, he's the one who's always right. Is that the way it works?